You don't need it. You don't need no more products. Let me take some deep breaths and meditate for 2 seconds. Podcast equipment does need to be more expensive. I want to live my life. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. If this is your first time ever seeing my face, hey girl, hey, my name is Miss Nadia and you're gonna love it here. If this is not your first time ever seeing my face, welcome back. And in today's video, this might be my last because I might be getting canceled, but I will be doing my unpopular opinions. I'm a yapper, I'm a talker, and I have opinions that are very, very strong. Take it or freaking leave it. Not gonna lie, I have so many unpopular opinions. I had to write them down and I was like, you know what? I don't want to forget anything that's in my brain. The first one that's been heavy on my mind is tipping culture. Let me take some deep breaths and meditate for 2 seconds. Tipping culture has really gotten out of hand. Like, the norm used to be like, okay, you go out to Chili's or you go out to freaking Applebee's and you have a traditional waiter. Obviously, you're gonna tip them at the end of your meal as long as they provide quality service. But it's like now, I go to get boba tea and they asking, oh, do I want to leave a 10% tip? I just paid like $8 for a drink. Why am I gonna tip you $5 for making it? Isn't that like your job? Like, it's just really getting to a point. Like, everybody is doing, like, I remember, like, you know, at some restaurants they have like a little tip cup, you know, but it's like now it's like on a digital like screen or whatnot, and it's just really getting out of hand. Side note, when I worked at Wendy's when I was like 16, one night I decided to put like a tip cup in front of my register and people actually left me money. Like, I think they was feeling like bad for me because like, oh my god, this 16-year-old child is in here hustling. But it's like, no bro, I'm stacking my coin. Cancel culture is not real. I don't care what nobody say, cancel culture is not real. Do you know how many influencers that were quote unquote canceled that are like living life, still posting on social media, people are still buying their products? Like, I can give y'all some names. Number one, let's talk about James freaking Charles. James Charles has been canceled so many times throughout his career. First of all, wasn't he allegedly messing with children? And like, y'all are breaking y'all necks to buy his new palettes. Like, it's not real because I feel like people's attention spans are so like minuscule that it's like something that happened and then like next week they done already forgot what happened. And then what always happens is they'll do something, they'll give y'all a crazy looking apology video that's like 10 minutes long on YouTube.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm truly sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry. And I am so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so unbelievably sorry. I am so sorry. So I am sorry for that. I'm so sorry. Well, I'm sorry for it until the day I die.
Or you can pull like an Alex Earl and give people a 30-second apology and people will be like, okay, whatever, and they'll forget about what just happened. Crazy. Speaking of influencers, my opinion on the modern day influencer, especially with the rise of like TikTok and everyone trying to, you know, become a content creator, I feel like a lot of the influencers today are not real influencers. Only thing that they're influencing you to do is to buy stuff.
You're so rude. They just thought that your sweater was cute. Okay, I get that, but I wasn't invited on the brand trip, so I'm not gonna share where I got it from.
Which, that's another unpopular opinion that I have. I personally feel like in today's time with this specific, you know, demographic, I feel like TikTok is the blame for overconsumption because it's like every time you scroll, somebody is promoting a product and it's like because they make it look good, you're like, oh my god, let me swipe my card, let me add this to my Amazon cart, let me go to Ulta. You didn't even know this product existed. You don't need it. You don't need no more products. And it's like because you saw that 10-second ad or that 30-second video of somebody talking about it, you're automatically buying it. Oh, speaking of buying things, one of my biggest unpopular opinions is the fact that money does buy happiness and money does solve all your problems. Hear me me out. Hear me out. Think about it. You're sad. You're in your room, sad, bored. Okay, if you got money, you can go out the house, go get your nails done, go get your feet done, have a self-care day. Boom. You're upset about how you look. You don't like the way that you look. You need to lose 10 or 20 pounds. Okay, you got two options. You got money, so you can get a gym membership or you can get a personal trainer. Or two, you got money, and you can go buy a new body. Like, hey Alexa, play New Body by Kanye West. Like, duh.
You ain't fuck me, you fucked the.
Ooh, now this was a good one. This was a good one because I'm constantly seeing stuff about this on the freaking internet. We're gonna be close for this one. People that get mad at other people for being happy about not having kids are projecting. I'ma say it again. People that get mad at other people for being happy about not having kids are projecting. Here's my thing. If I'm saying I'm happy about not having kids, I want to wait to have kids, you know, I have my life planned out, situated, organized, and you have a child, why are you mad at me? Why are you catching the attitude with me? Personally, I feel like people that do that, they love their child, but at the same time, they wish that they wouldn't have had kids at the time that they had kids. I'm just the freaking messenger because we've seen this movie so many times, like on Twitter, just on TikTok, just on the internet in general. You see it all the time. Like, girl, I'm young. I'm freaking hot. I want to live my life. I don't want to go to Target and spend $200 on random things. Not on diapers, new strollers, and clothes. Well, clothes, but for myself, not for a freaking infant. Now, I'm not gonna lie. This next one is kind of sad, but at the same time, it makes me laugh. You know, like those catfishing situations where they're being catfished and they're sending them money and they've been doing it for years and it's like nothing has clicked in their mind that, oh, I'm being scammed. My opinion, I feel like those people like being scammed because it's no freaking way that you have been in an internet relationship with this person for over a year. You haven't even, like, you barely have talked to them over the phone and they've caused you to take out a second mortgage on your house. Like, what are we talking about? We've seen this so many times on TV. Like, Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil has had so many people on his show.
Well,
to
now
find
you
out
know.
who it is.
It's a scammer, most likely out of Nigeria. Do you believe that it's not Post Malone?
Next one. The people on My 600-Pound Life, not even the people, the 600-pounder that's trying to lose weight, the family that be on the show, they need to go to jail. To jail. Honestly, I think they need to be charged with like attempted murder because it's no way. This person is literally on their deathbed and you're the reason why they're on their deathbed.
For as long as I've been alive, food has been the most important thing in my life. And it's always been there for me. And I don't know how to give that up. When I'm eating, I'm happy.
They can't walk to the kitchen to fix the food. Their doggone show can't go to the grocery store. You're the one that's buying the food. You're feeding it to them. That's why they're dying. And then also, I feel like if the person dies in result of them being overweight, the family member should go to jail for murder because you killed them, basically. Like, you know, the food that you're giving them is causing them to get bigger and bigger and bigger. I feel like, you know, a lot of people make jokes about like the people My 600-Pound Life, how they're like, oh, how were they married and they can't even move, but here I am single. I think those people have fetishes too. I've seen episodes where like their partner, like whether it's like man, the man is the one that's overweight or the woman is the one that's overweight, they're literally sitting there watching them eat, and then like the moment they start losing weight, They get so freaking mad. Like, it's just no way. You have a fetish. And speaking of food, this is my next one. I feel like those mukbangs that people watch, I honestly feel like they have a fetish. And y'all know the mukbangs that I'm talking about. The ones where like they're over exaggerating it. Come on, like it's like so much food in front of them, and like a lot of time they be making so much noise like while they're chewing, and like people that watch mukbangs that like they're just eating, not talking, they have a fetish for it. It's just no way. You need to seek mental help immediately. Like Nick Avocado, I'm pretty sure there were people that had fetishes, you know, while watching him, but at the same time, like, he's actually funny and like entertaining. I've watched plenty of his videos.
They were having french fries.
Kevin Samuels and Sheer 7 are right. Especially Kevin Samuels. I personally feel like Kevin Samuels was just literally saying the things that women needed to hear and not what they wanted to hear.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'3".
How much do you weigh?
That's none of your business. I told you I was fat.
Oh, okay. We don't play that shit on my channel. You get your big fat ass on somewhere then.
I remember one of the videos that I had seen of him, and he was talking to someone, was like 5'3", 200 pounds, 44 years old, 4 different kids by 4 different dads, and she's asking, how can I get a quote-unquote high value man? And his answer was, you can't. You're gonna have to be reincarnated in order to get one. That was his answer. Because let's be real, 4 kids by 4 different dads, you're severely overweight. Like he said, you weigh more than the average man. It just gets to a point. And honestly, I feel like a lot of them, they be setting themselves up. Miss Shira, I agree with Miss Shira all the way. Now, I feel like her content is going to resonate with whoever it resonates with. But here's my thing. There's 2 ends of the spectrums. You have the pick-me's, and then you have the extreme, which is the Sheer 7 girls. I'd rather be a Sheer 7 girl than a pick-me Barbara the Builder all day long. And I feel like a lot of women that don't like her content are the pick-me's and the Barbara the Builders, meaning they're with a man, they're taking care of him, he's not doing anything for them, she's acting like his mama, he can't even get her a 4 for 4 at Wendy's, she's picking up the tab. Then you have the Sheer 7 girls where she's saying, fix up yourself, get you a man, and have them take care of you if you want that. And I feel like she's talked about that before. Like, if you don't agree with my content, you don't agree with what I'm saying, okay, take or leave it, go about your business. But you have to look at the brighter side. Take what works for you and what resonates with you and call it a day. But I'm telling you, I would rather be on the Sheer side than the Pick Misha side. But I kind of feel like Sheer 7 and Kevin Samuels, I feel like they're almost like saying the same stuff, but in like a different font, if that makes sense. All right, next one. So during this era of Ozempics and BBLs and all that stuff, like you have some people that's, you know, trying to get the Ozempics, then you have some people that's getting the BBLs. My opinion, I feel like BBLs are never going to go out of fashion because a big butt will never go out of fashion. But what is going out of fashion is the legs not matching the butt. I'm sorry. Like, it never makes sense to me. And you know what? It makes me mad because y'all done spent all that money and it's like y'all look crazy. And I know people have said, you know, I've tried going to the gym, it didn't work, but it looks crazy every single time. But there is some girls that went to the right doctor. They went to Dr. Jung. Shout out to him. If you're watching this, I don't know if I'll ever see you, but whatever. Yeah, I just feel like the BBL look is what's going out of fashion. I mean, you know it's real when you got the Kardashians losing weight and on Ozempics. Come on now, like, it's a freaking epidemic. As someone that grew up watching Jersey Shore, club culture is dead because the music is dead. The culture is dead. Growing up, I thought, man, as soon as I turned 21, my club life is gonna look like an episode of Jersey Shore or an episode of freaking Love and Hip Hop or something.
For now, forget about that. Blow the whistle, baby, you the referee.
Absolutely not. Like, you go in the club now, it's all about freaking sections. Like, who got the biggest section? Who got the most bottles? Who's having the most freaking fun? You pay all this money to get in, you're paying for drinks, and it's like people are just standing around in the corner like what are we even doing? The vibes are not there anymore. Early 2000s, things was going. Early 2010s, like, I'm thinking, man, when I get in the club, they finna be playing Kesha, freaking Pitbull. We're listening to You Don't Want No Puppies, You Want a Big Dog. Oh, we listening to Help Me, Can You Help Me? Like, no, I cannot help you, but I can definitely help the freaking DJ change the song. TikTok is also to blame for music right now. I don't want to do the Shamar dance in the club. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be shaking my hips in the club. Like, what happens to all the dances? We're just, oh! Why when I grow up, stuff have to just start dissipating before my eyes? Like, it's just so sad. Honestly, I really feel like in the next couple of years, the idea of like the modern day celebrity is gonna be no more. And the reason why I say that, like, look at all these Diddy like allegations and stuff that's going on right now, and it's like, y'all think Diddy is the only one? Newsflash, he's not. I definitely believe that when he goes down, he's gonna take at least 30 people down with him. I feel like right now people are so focused on influencers anyway that they don't even really talk about celebrities like that anymore. That kind of reminds me of like another point, like with reality TV. A lot of reality TV now, it kind of feels like they're recycling the same people like from different shows, or they're taking influencers and like recycling them. Like, I miss the days of reality TV where it's like they took nobody and turned them into somebody. Shout out to Jersey Shore. That's like my favorite reality show of like all time. What happened to that? The only show now I can think of off the top of my head that's doing that is Love Island. Shout out to season 6. Shout out to Serena and Cordell because they carried Love Island season 6. Yeah. But Hollywood is definitely about to be no more. But next point, we took cable for granted. Streaming is a headache. For some people, not me. Some people, not me. Because when you're a nerd, tech nerd, you find out things, and I don't pay for cable and I don't pay for streaming. Yes, ma'am. The reason why I say that is because there's so many different streaming platforms now that it's like you're paying for 5 different ones and you're paying almost a cable bill. Some of y'all got Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, Stars, Apple TV, freaking God knows what else. You're doing that to watch 5 different shows on 5 different platforms when it's like, okay, you could just had your remote and boom, it's on TV. And then also, I feel like streaming also kind of messed up the movies too, because people don't really go to the movies like that. Like, obviously people go because freaking Moana 2 made freaking 340 million the first freaking weekend, but it's just not like, you know, a big thing anymore. Oh, the movie's going to Hulu. Oh, the movie's going to be on Netflix. Like, the culture is dying. Like, what is happening? Last but not least, podcast equipment does need to be more expensive. Podcast equipment does need to be more expensive. I don't care. Every time I scroll on TikTok, there's some dumb freaking podcast on my freaking For You page. Like, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Like, the stuff that we're talking about on podcasts, like, what is the point? Like, what happened to phone call conversations with your homeboy? Why is this being broadcasted for thousands of people or potentially millions of people to see? One podcast that's on the tippy top of my brain right now, this guy literally said that he's not going to make life for his child easy because he had it hard. He's not going to hold their hand through life. I pray that you don't have children. Why would you say that? Just what happened to journals? Like, it just feel like everybody is so unhinged, and you have like a lot of people that do agree with the stuff that's being said, like the red pill conversations or the Andrew Tates, and it's just really getting to a point. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope I don't get canceled because I love you guys. But definitely comment down below. What's your opinion on everything I just stated? Do you agree, disagree? This is a safe space. And comment down below what else you would love to see from me. And like I always say, you are a star in any room that you stand in. I love you guys. Bye.